Good morning, 4th grade. This is Mrs. Jones here, and we are dividing 4 into 81 today. 4 into 81. 4 goes into 8 how many times? That would be 2. We put our 2 up top. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. We must bring down our 1. Can 4 go into 1? No. So we must put a 0 up top. 4 times 0 is 0. We must put our 0 here. That leaves us with 1. Remainder 1. Put your remainder up top. Remainder 1. Our answer is 20, remainder 1. And I always circle my answer. I don't know what Mrs. Potoff does, but that's what I do. Have a lovely day. Enjoy math.
Right. Good morning, 4th grade. This is Mrs. Polcrack, and I'm stepping out of my element here, and I'm going to do a division problem for you. Our problem is 62 divided by 5. Well, the first thing that I would do is I ask myself, how many times does 5 go into 6? And I know it's 1, so I put a 1 above the 6. Then I multiply 5 times 1, and I get 5. Draw my line. And I subtract 5 from 6, and I get 1. Okay? Then I'm going to bring down the 2. And now I have a new division problem, and I ask myself, how many times can 5 go into 12? I think the closest I can get to that is 2. So I'll put the 2 above the 2. Then I'm going to multiply 2 times 5, and 2 times 5 is 10. That under the 12. Subtract 10 from 12 and I get 2. Okay, I have nothing else to bring down, so that's going to be my remainder, but I'm going to check and make sure that that number isn't bigger than 5, and it isn't, so I think we're okay. So I'm going to bring the R, I'm just going to write remainder 2 up here at the top. Did I do a good job, Mrs. Potter?
You did.
Hi, it's Mrs. Patillo. We're working on a math problem. We are going to do the math problem 7 divided into 89. First thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the 7 to see how many times it can go into the 8. I know that 7 can go into 8 one time. So 7 times 1 is 7. I'm going to put it under the 8. I'm going to subtract it from the 8, and I have 1. Now I know 7 cannot go into 1. That means I did it correctly, because if this number was larger than 7, then I know my answer up here at the top is incorrect. Now I'm going to bring down the 9. So now I need to decide how many times can 7 go into the number 19. Well, I know it's more than 1. I'm going to try 2. So I'm going to put a 2 above the number 9, and 2 times 7 is 14. Now I'm going to put it under the 19 and I'm going to subtract it. So 14 from 19 with a remainder of 5. Can 7 go into 5? No. Then I know my answer of 2 is correct. So I have no other number at the top. So 5 would be my remainder of 5.
Hello, I'm going to divide 72 by 3. I'm going to put 72 in the bracket and 3 on the outside. How many times does 3 go into 7? Let me try 2. I'm going to put the 2 above the 7. Now, 2 times 3 equals 6. Subtract it from the 7. I get 1. Bring down your 2. Now, how many times does 3 go into 12? 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Yes, that is correct. I'm left with nothing. 24 is my answer. Thank you.
Hi, 4th grade. It's Miss Wisniewski. Let's do this division problem. We have 75 divided by 2. Does 2 go into 7? Yes, it goes in 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract 7 minus 6. We have 1. Bring down the 5. We have 15. Does 2 go into 15? Yes. 2 goes into 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Subtract 15 from 14 and we are left with 1. And then we put remainder 1. So the answer is 37, remainder 1.
This is Potoff's class. This is Mrs. Enver, the art teacher. I bet you didn't know I knew how to do math. I'm going to do a problem, and it's going to be dividing 6 into the number 89. 6 goes into 8 only one time. When you multiply 6 times 1, you get the number 6. You subtract number 6 from the number 8, and you get 2. 6 doesn't go into 2, so we bring down the number 9. How many times does 6 go into 29? I think it's 4. 4 times 6 is 24. Subtract 24 from 29 and you end up with 5. No more numbers. Does 6 go into 5? No. So the answer of how many times does 6 go into 89 is 14 with a remainder of 5.
Bye-bye, 4th grade. Here's your math problem for today. 98 divided by 9. Let's think about that. 9 into 9 goes one time. 1 times 9 is 9. Subtract it, we have 0. Bring down the 8. 9 goes into 8 0 times. 0 times 9 is 0. Subtract 8 left over. Our remainder is 8.
Hello, I'm Mr. Pearsall, your computer teacher. Here is the problem, 3 into 76, or 76 divided by 3. We're going to divide 7 by 3 first, 2 times. 2 times 3 equals 6. Our remainder, we subtract, equals 1. We bring down our 6, and that equals 16. 16 divided by 3, I would use 5. And 3 times 5 equals 15. We subtract again, we get a remainder of 1. So my answer becomes 25 with a remainder of 1.
Hi, 4th grade. I'm going to divide 84 by 5. First, I'm going to divide 8 by 5. Oops, I messed up. I'm going to bring down the 4. 5 goes into 34 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. 34 minus 30 is 4. So 5 cannot go into 4, so that gives me a remainder of 4. Hi, 4th grade.